Stop texting me when I'm talking. Woo! Donald Trump won. Hey, that's the secret. Donald Trump won the election, not just by a landslide, just like Sidney Powell said that he might have won all 50 states. Yeah, this is why we need not just a recount. We need to annul the whole damn election because it was fraud. Okay, just like I said previously, as I'm picking up now, so this is part 2. Like a football game, yes, if you're caught cheating by the referee, you know what a referee is, right? And that's equivalent to the judge, right? There's a lot of crooked judges because they have their own agenda that's called activist. But thank God, we have constitutionalists. And that's not a just a mere word. This is why our founding fathers, I'm talking about George Washington and these smart people, Thomas Jefferson, they were so intelligent because they foresaw what was going to come is the big government strip away the power and the voice of the people. So this is why we have the Constitution, and the Democrats hate it, and that's why they have activist judges that will rip us out of our freedom and our voice. That means they will muzzle us with their activism. Perfect example, it happened in California. When California, even like, they said the Black Lives Matter, or, people that they're very liberal, they were against the so-called the same-sex marriage. So that the definition of marriage between a man and woman was established, and the stupid damn judge overturned it with a stroke of their pen. But I tell you what, two can play that game, except for we're the good guys, and thank God, God in the universe is not willing to let us go down into the toilet because of your radical left-wingism and you're brainwashed by the Marxists, the communists, the CCPs. Because I am not willing to go down to be like part of the Hong Kong or the Taiwan that would be subject to the brutal regime of this so-called the Democrat, the left-wing rulership. Okay, so stop texting me. Somebody just texted me while I'm trying to make a recording. It's stupid. Okay, stop texting me because that's interference with God's word. Part 2. So who are these judges? Meaning the referees in a football game. Because somebody has to watch what's going on, right? And then make a determination whether you false started, whether you committed holding or some kind of other pass interference penalty. And then that game is nulled and voided. Not only that, the referee will slap a penalty, meaning like 5 yards if it's a egregious, like 15 yards for roughing the passer, automatic first down. So in this case, when we go to the Supreme Court, but thank you, Ian, for the hip hop patriot that gave us a lesson, a civil lesson that I did not know before. That to save all that time, because the Democrats thought they were smart, they have their evil arms in all these states, that they don't think that we can overcome it, just like they learned from the Bush and Gore. It was one state, Florida, and that took 37 days. Now, they say, well, let's just get it all over them place, right? So now you have Wisconsin, Michigan, you have Pennsylvania, even Arizona. These places are in play. Definitely Georgia. Georgia never flipped to become blue. And don't tell me bullshit about the demographic changes and all that. I just told you the Dominion and the Smartmatic voting system are designed. They're not glitches. They are designed to grab votes and manipulate, you can delete them, or you can put it in a different column, you can freaking chew on them for the rest of your life. I don't know, but it cannot happen this way. Our lives cannot be ruined because you grab the damn mouse and click it and ruined my life. So I'm petitioning even in California. These people cannot certify the voting results. Alex Padilla had this assessment from Freeman, Kraft, and McGregor Group that's saying they had 20-some pages that conducted the exam on these Smartmatic. And they say this basically, it's a piece of crap. Okay, Smartmatic voting machines are a piece of shit. But they insisted on instilling them everywhere. So when I went to the Mulholland, my voting center, and their Smartmatic was there. It looks beautiful. It looks slick. All you have to do is have that little stylus pen on the screen. You just go do 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 do. Oh, like, oh, you sure that's what you want to cast? So I took pictures of it. But then they said, you're sure what you want to cast your ballot? You know what? Don't be fooled. Because once you say yes, and it feeds into the Twilight Zone, you don't know what to do with it. So you can so I never say yes to put more taxes on me, and they can flip it. But of course they want to do like a nice way algorithmically, so that you don't question every one of them, because otherwise we'll have a definitely revolt. And this is why this damn blue state, so-called blue state, that includes Gavin Newsom, that locking us down after he was caught eating some fancy steaks for $450 a plate, and plus wine and everything. So it's probably $12,000 per person, while they say let them eat cake while we're in such a pain and suffering. And they think they're the elites when they are the ones that we have endured for so long that we will not endure anymore. So just think about this. God is greater. Greater is he who is in us than he that is in the world. In this case, the Lord is a genius. And now, because I was in such a turmoil and not able to sleep for days, thank Jesus, on the 20th of November, Donald Trump reassigned the circuit court judges. Yeah! Okay. There is a God after all. There's a God after all. Donald Trump reassigned the circuit court judges on November the 20th. That these judges are righteous judges, just like a referee in a football game call out the other team cheating and annulled the game by the cheating team. But in the football game, we punish them by putting yards on the opposing team. So if you're caught, let's say, roughing the passer, that's definitely a cheat, because if you rough the passer, then, he'll probably go to the hospital. He cannot play the game. So it's a pretty serious crime in the football term. And there's a 15-yard penalty of automatic first down. In this case, they're roughing my passer, who is Donald Trump, who's probably got us so many touchdowns, but because of the cheating that was going on, and nobody called it. But now we have the judges in the right places. There are righteous people. Okay, so if you didn't know, when I go back to the circuit courts are like the circuits, like the appeals. So all the courts are like a big circuit. So if you can win, say, Pennsylvania, you go to the circuit court appeals, because basically you feel like the judge has really not heard your case rightfully, because maybe, he's just cuckoo, he's mental or whatever. Which had happened to me. I mean, on a small case, it was so obvious, because why do I want to spend all the time, effort, money, and energy and go to the court and have to present all my case and then, lay it out. And then he's just like, this means he doesn't care. So this is what happens. Now, instead of all these states that, a big mess, a basket of cases, they're all basket cases. of Georgia, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan, possibly Arizona. I think California, we ought to sue because for sure Secretary of State had an assessment on the Smartmatics that it says that this machine is prone to fraud, to attacks by the insiders. Anyways, they went ahead and did implement it and spend hundreds of millions of our taxpayers' money anyways. So these people, they ought to go to jail. But, emotions aside, the thing is they cannot certify the election results, knowing that these machines are fraudulent machines. So go back to the circuit court. I mean, yeah, all right, chew on that a little bit. Secretary of State of California, Alex Padilla, they cannot certify the result of the presidential election wherever they use the Smartmatic Dominion. I mean, this has been going on throughout all LA County, and they've been flipping votes. Well, how do I know, right? Unless that they show us, they can't because everything is done digitally. So they have to annul the election as if it never happened before. That means Donald Trump is the president, still the president, so screw you left-wing communists that try to take me down. I am not going down that road because we were killed and slaughtered by the communists who lied and think like you do, an open border and by illegals so that you can garnish our money and distribute its confiscation by the government, and you have no authority. The only power that we the people that lend it to you to govern us is for we the people and not for you yourselves. But look what happens. They fatten themselves and we are languishing. So we're not going to take that bullshit. Anyway, so this hip-hop patriot. Tell me, how do I get a live broadcast? Because I've been trying to do that because maybe I'm a little backwards in technology. Regardless, this is what happens. On November 20th, Donald Trump reassigned the circuit court. So now the genius is happening here. Michigan is reassigned to Brett Kavanaugh. You can check. I actually may put the link beneath on the reassignment of the circuit court. So every district, like every area, they have some 3 or 4 states. In, like, for example, the 9th Circuit is what California belongs. But I think, that goes to Keegan, and I hate to say that she's definitely she's for the commies. But we have Pennsylvania that's going to Samuel Alito. And by the way, if you remember that because they were so crazy, they were going crazy, they were counting like ballots. You just write something and they'll count it and go, oh, Biden. It's ridiculous. It's like, the John Belushi skit on the Olympia Cafe. No matter what you put, I want a tuna sandwich, cheeseburger. Oh yeah. Oh, can I have a Pepsi, cheeseburger, or whatever you want? Anyways, I want to have just some scrambled eggs. Can I just have some scrambled eggs? Cheeseburger. No matter what you put in there, it's coming up Biden. So it's ridiculous. No wonder Joe Biden was so-called hiding his basement, because they probably told him that, hey, don't worry, don't go out and bust your ass like Donald Trump. Donald Trump was doing 4 a day. They said, we got it all covered, don't you worry. So they did. They had a really good scam. It was a scam. So they rigged it across the country. As you know, you have heard, and you have heard what Cindy Powell has said. That's why they tried to discredit her. That Donald Trump was gaining so much momentum, the votes were flooding in for Trump, that there were so many of them that the machine algorithm could not keep up. It means they have to stop. So when they stopped the counting, remember that all across these states, and they one of them, I think was Michigan, lied and said they have some kind of a pipe broken or plumbing problem. No, they didn't. It was a lie. And so they can keep up. They can they can put in more, feed in more like crazy. And like Giuliani was saying, they would just put Biden, 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 Biden. They didn't even bother to put down ballots. So maybe they will fix that the next time. But pray to God, they won't be the next time, because you know what? We cannot take this anymore. We live in California, have put up with voter fraud and the fraud of the mail-in ballots. So I would say that no more universal mail-in ballots, and national voter ID is a must. Imagine that. I cannot. Really, I can't go on the airport. I can't do anything. I cannot pretty much purchase anything without an ID. Because nowadays they want to see ID to prove, to let you into any events. So it's ridiculous when you just hide behind the mail-in ballots, because a lot of people get hold of those massive ballots and then they fill them out and then they count them. That's not just diluting the votes. That's despicable. Those people ought to burn in hell. But I should not have my life to be in hell because of these cheaters. Okay, so like I said, the geniusness of Donald Trump to reassign the circuit court. Read it and weep it! Read and weep. San Melito is reassigned to Pennsylvania, because when he said, hey, you guys are nuts there. You guys are crazy. You'll have to stop and see what is not legal, or whatever that you receive after the postmark. Because they were early voting and late voting, and then it was like forever and ever. They were counting forever, because they're going to count until, like, if they can get one more vote over Donald Trump. That's what they intend to do. So he's saying that whatever is set aside after election day, set them aside. But they didn't. They just mushed it all in there. Anyway, so Sam Alito is going to oversee Pennsylvania in part of the reassignment of the circuit court. Yeah! That's good news. Okay, if you're not following me, then just go on the Supreme Court .gov website. I think I have the link. I will post that. Georgia is going to be Clarence Thomas territory. Woo! We'll have our day in court or what? All right. So what else? Let's see. Wisconsin is going to be reassigned to, guess who? Our new lady, Amy Coney Barrett, who is a constitutionalist. Now, you know what that means? We're not activists. We're just saying we're not allowing bad ballots, because you can generate thousands of bad ballots to drown my voice. You see, because you are a bunch of phonies, you cannot drown my one little voice, because you fake 100,000 of this bullshit, or grab a bunch of ballots inside of the computer folder and drop it, and then once you got caught, your hand was caught in the cookie jar. Your hand is caught in the cookie jar. And you say, oh, it was a glitch, it was a mistake. Oh yeah? Maybe that mistake will cost you 30 years. They're behind bars, damn it. Well, like in a football game, that if you're caught cheating, I suppose that they can deject you. Yes, they can, to a certain point. These people keep getting caught cheating, or they cheat a lot, because when you play a game, sometimes the players do talk about it. They all cheat a little bit. They all like grab different parts, like grab the balls or whatever, and try not to be caught. So when you're caught and you're slapped a penalty, and these people ought to be penalized. They ought to be. That deep state, the swamp, were so freaking deep. And for sure, we don't want that Biden swamp, 47 years in the damn swamp that do nothing but except taking money from China, Ukraine, Soviet Union, and frame the people. They're ripping us off forever. And it's going to be worse than that. If the Biden people ever get in, we're in a lot of shit. Because it's not going to be him. It's going to be Communist China in cahoots with Kamala Harris, Obama, and all these Brennan and all these good old network. You'll never get out of it. We might as well forget it and just put a shackle around our necks. Basically, that's what's going to happen. But keep praying, because the Lord knows. He sees everything, and God of the universe, He is here with us. If you know that greater is He who is in us than he that is in the world. It's not about the person Donald Trump. It's about our voice. It's Donald Trump, one of us. He's not a politician. Okay, so the first time